Hi, happy crafters. I am going to show you how to make this cute little salt pepper shaker tassel. And if you got the kit from me, then you already have everything you need in the kit. If you don't have the kit, then the supplies are shown there on the left. Salt shaker, some ribbon, a wire with some beads, and you may want to use a drill to help twist the ribbon. You might want a glue gun to help secure ribbon, maybe more lace or ribbon if you want the tassel to be fuller. And we're going to go through the steps here on this next place here when the video shows. We're going to have your supplies are kind of laid out in front of you. You get 10 to 12 pieces of ribbon in the kit. You get your salt shaker, the wire with the beads for the hanging loop are already there. Now, if you're dexterous enough, you may be able to put both of them through the big hole at the time, but you want one tail of the wire in one of the shaker holes on the top, and then the other tail to go on the other shaker hole, so that you can pull that loop down snug to hang your tassel. You can see I'm not quite talented enough to get them both in there at once, so I put one in the top, pull it through, and then I put the other one in the hole beside it and then pull it through. And that was just a lot easier for me. Now what you're going to do next is you're going to twist those two tails of wire together, make them snug enough to hold the hanger piece tight against the top of the salt shaker. You can totally do this with your hands or with a pair of pliers. I use a drill just because I have one and it was available, and it makes it a little easier for me. My hands aren't quite as strong as they used to be. So I put the wire into the end of the drill and I tighten the chuck down on it. Then I just operate the drill. It doesn't matter if you're going clockwise or counterclockwise, whatever way, just as long as it's twisting the wires to a snug position. And I go kind of slow because I don't want to break the porcelain salt shaker. So you can see me tightening the chuck down on both tails of the wire, and when I operate the drill, it will twist that wire up into the salt shaker body and pull it real snug from the inside, so that your hanger is very secure and it's not loose and wobbling around. You can see there I'm pulling it to test it before I disconnect it from the drill, and see it's just real snug in there. And I'll show you inside the salt shaker what it looks like when it's the way you want it. Separate those two tails, and then see right there, you can tell that you want that twisted all the way up to the top to make it like a snug fit inside that salt shaker. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to arrange our ribbon to create the tassel part. And the way I do mine is I just kind of crisscross them in whatever pattern to give it a little bit of variation in color, a little bit of variation in texture. The largest ribbon, I put it on top so that when I fold this over in two, it is in the innermost part of the tassel. And that way it's not covering up the outer ribbons on the tassel. And see, I just pick it up, fold it over in two, right at the halfway mark. These are 12-inch lengths of ribbon, so you'll have a 6-inch length on your tassel. And then I just hand twist. You could also do the same technique with twisting it with the drill, but I just want to show you that hand twisting is just as effective. Just hand twist that wire 5 or 6 times just to get it tight against the bottom part of that salt shaker. And then you'll just snip off the extra wire. So you can do that with scissors if your wire isn't too tough. If you don't have any snips, that's fine. Just cut it however you can. And then take those kind of sharp, pointy edges and fold them back into the ribbon. And you could stop right here. That could be the end of it. Some people like kind of a loose, flowy tassel that kind of pokes out all over the place. But I like mine to be a little more gathered, so I take a zippy tie, and that's also included in your kit if you got a kit from me. And you zip it down up just a little, maybe an inch down from where it goes up inside the salt shaker. And that gives you a little bulb at the top, kind of a little knob that gives it the more of the true tassel feeling to me. Of course, you don't have to do that. You can leave it just however you want it. And if your edges are not exactly the way, I'm trimming off the extra zip piece there, but if your edges are not exactly even when you picked it up, it maybe got shifted, or one ribbon was not cut exactly the right size, you can trim them off. Once you get right here, just give it a little haircut, snip it with whatever you have. I'm using pinking shears just so the edges don't fray too much, but regular scissors will do the same thing. If you have a rotary cutter, you could lay it down and rotary cut. And then I took one of the smaller pieces of ribbon and twisted it around that zip tie so it wouldn't show, and just took a little dab of hot glue and covered it up. So that's really the whole thing right there, the entire project in less than 5 minutes. You just take your ribbon and create the tassel after you feed the wires through the salt shaker. And that is your salt and pepper shaker tassel. You might be wondering what to do with one of these tassels after you make them, but they're just really cute to hang on a shelf, hang it on a lamp. You can hang it on a dresser or a mirror. It's just a cute little decoration that you can use pretty much anywhere you'd like. So I hope you enjoy making your tassel.